There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. What up, family? What up, family? Just checking some stuff real quick, man. Get started. Let's see what we doing today. What's happening, family? It is early in the morning. And let's see what I'm gonna put on today. Trying to see what timepiece I'm gonna rock today. Decisions. I guess I'm gonna throw this on. It's a cooler. Alright, so I'm seeing if we got live going on. They say we do. Say we public. Say we rolling. No, we don't run into the same situation we've been running. Well, so last year I was come on, yo. Last year I did, I want to say 3 or 4 live streams. Not a fan of it. Well, actually, no, let me take it back. Before YouTube pulled it, you know what I'm saying? It was so easy, man. You get on there and boom, you in there. But like now, I'm using Streamlabs to go live and setting it up. You know, it's not, you don't think it'll be hard. You do your set your little screen up and set your presets, and then you go, right? Only problem is I get to a screen where it says, all right, go live. I go live and showing me in the screen that, so you see me. Hey, what's going on? All right. I thought I was tripping for a second. Thought I was tripping. All right, so we live. Now this is crazy because I got my wife's phone, and I was seeing if it was gonna show up on hers that I was live, and it didn't. All right, get out of here. Let's see. I'm upside down. Okay, let's see if we can fix that. Thank you. That's weird. Okay, how about now? Am I good now? Now, I'm going to tell you the strange thing about that. Thank you. So, I'm upside down to you, but now I'm upside down to me, which is, I mean, it's all good. As long as it's good for y'all. All right, there it goes. Just perfect. All right, well, thank you for being the first person this morning, you know what I'm saying, on the live stream. I do want to say this, giving a special shout out to Dining with Zion, because it was her that really kind of like, hey, Trap, go ahead and jump on live. It's cool. And I'm like, those last year experiences just kind of took the wind out of me. I said, I don't want to do it. Besides that, I didn't have a lot of subscribers. Yeah. I was, man. I told her, I said, I'm gonna trust you on this one. Sis, and I'm gonna go for it. I'm telling you, last night I was nerve wracked. Last night I was like, oh my gosh, man. I mean, I do this. I have, as of today, I think I have 141 videos on YouTube. I've been doing this since 2018, And I I went live down in Florida last year. That's when let me see, was that last year? Yeah, it was last year, and that was right before YouTube pulled that for people down under 1,000 subscribers being able to use that service. Oh man, look, check this out. I'm when I hit the 400, like my wife was in the room, and she said you're like 15 away from hitting 400. I said what? She said yeah. And then I mean Carter E's just chatting and just listening to stuff. I think somebody had a book that dropped or something yesterday, and she said I'm gonna help a YouTuber today get to 400. And I was like, nah, she couldn't be talking about me. When she said it, I was like, I was in the back talking about, man, my face got hot, man. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Because here's the deal. Just to let you know a little something about me is when I started this thing, well, let me back up. I was in the Army, right? And I went to college after I retired. And from there, I was like, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. But, you know, I was frustrated with just the whole job scene and trying to do stuff. I want to do something that brought me some pleasure. And it's these watches, which I got a bunch of them in front of me. But I said, I was talking to a good friend of mine. He's on pro format too on YouTube. His name's Tony Woe. And she is an amazing woman. She's funny too. You know what? Before I finish my story, I don't even know how I got hooked up with her. I was just going through YouTube and stuff like that, and I saw a bunch of lives. And I seen Carter's Eat, and I got on there, and she was singing this song, All My Girls Is on the Cute Couch. And it caught me. I was like, the cute couch? And she jamming. I'm looking at the all the comments, man, and I seen all the hearts and people just going crazy. So I sat there for a minute, and I just said, hello. And she said, hey, Trapvision, welcome on in. I said, all right, okay, let's get it. And hold on, this is bugging me now. I cut my wife's phone off because I can hear myself. So anyway, from there, I was stuck in just listening to her message, and then from there, I was seeing that this is a community that helps each other. So that's leading back to what my original story is. I literally told a good friend, Tony Woe, I said, hey, I want to do something, man. Like, this is my passion, is collecting watches. You know, and I'll show, I got a tray in front of me. This is just a tray. I actually got to go put this up because we just came back from a cruise Monday. It was with Invicta, and I had all my watches out, so now I have to go put them back and get them back in order and stuff like that. But I told him, I said, I want to, you know, just talk about this thing on YouTube. So that's what I did. He said, go for it. In my first video, of course, it was rainy, it was cold, I was at work, was nervous. It took me, oh my gosh, maybe 2 hours just to do. I can't remember what my first video was, probably like 10, 15 minutes or something like that. And from there, I just loved it. Hey, who is that? Deborah, catch it by faith. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for being here this morning. And what I'm doing is just recapping, is basically just talking about how I got started with YouTube. And yeah, so I basically started doing videos, and it was just I don't know, it just caught on fire from there, man. Now, my goal, guys, I'm gonna tell you this. One of my goals is, I know it's like to hit 1,000 subscribers. I want to go past that, you know, and I'm gonna tell you why. The biggest thing about on YouTube and what I do, because I know I've seen the mukbangs and stuff like that, and like when I got hooked up with you guys, it was crazy because I was like, okay, people say, hey, hello, what's up, Trapvision, blah blah blah. So I'll go and look at their channel. Like, okay, what is their channel talking about? Some of it I can't use, you know what I'm saying? But I do pass it on, because like women's fashion and stuff like that, I'm like, hey, wife, look, you want to check this out? You know what I'm saying? This lady's doing stuff for eyebrows and stuff like that. Some of the hair products, I'm like, with the women hair products, I'm considering because I'm trying to grow my beard out. Let's see. Yeah. And you know what's funny is this right here. I'm looking at the message, how you guys are just connected, man. And I can sit in there, even if I don't comment, I look and see. I mean, I just look at how you guys interact with each other, man. And I said, this is what I've been missing, because in my niche, and dude, I think I'm on the bottom of the barrel as far as watch. Let me see, what would you call me? Watch connoisseur or something like that. There's another guy. I think his name is Ross Wristwatches. Me and him probably like around the same area, but he has a podcast and he collaborates with other people. So I think he's a little well known. So I think I'm at the bottom of the list when it comes to people in my niche. Now, some other people, there's a guy that man, he talked about me so bad. it was crazy. He talked about me. He never mentioned my name, but he had some of his acolytes come on my channel and leave negative comments about, what did they tell me? I asked a question in one of my videos. I said, why do people hate Invicta so much? And, they came in and said people that collect Invicta watches are from the hood, they uneducated, and they look like you. And I'm like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? So it was negative. It was so negative to where I posted it in this group called Invictaholics. Look, when I tell you, let me tell you something. I was so hurt behind that. I talked to my wife about it. I posted it on the chat room, and people were outraged and they were upset and stuff like that. Some people, it was a few people that said, man, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that do collect, some people that collect those low-end Invictas, I mean, you can't do anything better, so, just deal with it. My wife was like, pull it. Just pull that off the chat, because now other people are arguing. So what I did was issued an apology on that chat room saying, hey, I apologize. My intentions was not to get people upset and get people all riled up and stuff like that. I was just sharing something that hurt me. So I retracted it, and the facilitators for that website contacted me, was like, bro, you didn't do anything wrong. He was like, I know where you were going. You got a great heart, blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up on YouTube. I was like, man, this ain't worth it, man. I'm cool. Yeah. So, and you know what? That's one of the, I'm glad you guys said that. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad I went through that, because I had this thought of, you guys see on YouTube, there's a girl, I don't know her name, but I think it's a lady in a van, her van life or something like that. This girl started, 5 months ago, and one of her videos went like super viral. Just a million views, just like that, right? She's getting sponsored and stuff. I don't know how much money she's making. There's another YouTube that breaks it down. I think she's, what did he say? I think he was like $2,400 a month or something like that. Which, I mean, it's cool for YouTube, but I think she's making more than that now. And then you have stuff like the Baby Shark. That family's making, I think this year they made $21 million, their fiscal year. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, anybody can be one video away from it being viral, to it catching, and it just takes off. And another thing that really inspired me was watching all of the videos from Instagram, stuff that hits the news. I was watching Good Morning America or something like that, and they just showed how many YouTubers are out there that are more popular than celebrities. And I said, you know what? This YouTube thing could be the answer I'm looking for. And guys, I'm gonna tell you what I'm looking for is being able to travel and meet new people, going, and I'm not just talking about United States, but like, well, of course I wouldn't travel out of the country right now with all this virus stuff. Excuse me. With that, even with me coughing, we just came back, me and my wife and family just came back from the Bahamas. And I'll tell you what, as soon as I got back, I started feeling sick. I thought it was just because we partied so hard Sunday night. I thought that I was just getting hoarse. Oh, listen, I agree with you, Miss Deborah. I promise. I enjoy doing this. It is. It is. I agree with you. So like I was saying, I do appreciate that troll, saying that, because at one point I did want to give up, and I I'm just thankful to people like you, because I have a few people that like, Trap, man, don't give up. Because I talk to some, the people on here, I talk to some of them on a regular basis. Matter of fact, I developed a relationship with somebody on here, and I can tell you this watch right here, this is a Sabak Noma 3, and I don't know if you could tell, I'm sorry, the striations in the actual bezel or the dial is meteorite. This is an expensive watch. Last July, I met this guy through, his name is John the Phone Guy. I met him through Invicta. He sent me this watch. This watch, right? You can't find it. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to get it on eBay or something like that, like $300-400. But he sent me a $300 watch. Just for being friends, you know what I'm saying? Or being connected, you know what I mean? So, and this is like through YouTube, and me and him talk. He started a channel, his called Invicta Specs, and me and him talked about it. He was like, I'm thinking about doing YouTube. I said, bro, go for it, man. And I encouraged him so he can do that, because he has so much knowledge. Plus, it feels better having somebody connected with you on this format. So that's when, like I tell you, man, I go to Carter Eats or Mukbang or whatever, and like a lot, I've actually downloaded a lot of, or actually subscribed to a lot of people doing food channels. Man, it's some lovely stuff. It's one channel, I can't think of the name of it. It's just rainforest sounds and stuff like that. And I got connected through Carter Eats, and I'm like, this is dope. So I told some other people, oh man, I'm telling you, I love it, man. I could sit back. Do you guys realize, and I tell you, and I'll be honest, I'm not a TV watcher anymore. Like I have Netflix and stuff like that, but this format and watching you guys and watching every time somebody posts something, I sit there and click and watch it. We just got a TV. I got to put it on the wall. Got it right here. Got to mount it. It has the programming or like a modem in it, so I can use it as like a big phone. I can actually hook my phone to it and everything. I just watch network. I was reading your comment. I can watch YouTube like watching TV. And I'm like, okay, I'm not a good cook. I'm gonna be honest, say the truth. I can grill. I watched my dad when I was younger. I can throw down on a grill. You know what I'm saying? Steaks and burgers and ribs and stuff like that. But when it comes to like cooking, that's never been my forte. But I'm looking like, dude, I can do that, man. Just watching these channels, I was like, dude, this is life, man. So, hey, you know what? Hey, I thank God for the technology that we have now, man, because a lot of you guys that, that I'm following now got some crazy talent. I'm like, dude, okay, I can work with this. But the point of me doing this now, yeah. I'm telling you, I've actually, I fixed my truck one time. My truck had broke down. Well, it was still running, but what happened? Bearings in the truck went out, like right down the street from AutoZone. So I'm driving and my truck's wobbling. I take the wheel off and I pop it open. I look and I said, okay, I know exactly what I'm looking at. I don't know all these parts. So I get on YouTube and look, and I'm like, okay. Put the truck in there, and this guy is going through the same thing, and he said, my truck's wobbling, and this is what I need to do. I sat out there and watched the video, and this guy was like, what you doing? I said, hold up, man. I'll be with you in a second. And I tell you what, it took me a couple hours, but I got that thing fixed. Be back in a few years, still here. Okay, thank you. I'm going to take that blessing. Shoot, I'm gonna take that. But yeah, YouTube is the truth for me, man. But as far as this YouTube thing, what I plan on doing and what my goal is to really start connecting with more people. And for you, was that Shen? When I hit that 400 yesterday, and I told Carter Eats that I'm like, man, I'm in tears right now. That was no joke. My face was so hot. I was like, I can't believe it, because think about, for me, a year of YouTube since I started November 18. Was it? Yeah, November 18, 2018. And I go to a cruise with Invicta in 2019. And I'm talking about, I probably, for that whole year, I probably gained 125 subscribers. And I was like, ooh, what am I doing wrong? And I had to learn how to do editing. I had to learn, like, I do everything. I don't have a team. I don't have nobody help me do any of this stuff, man. It's like, well, I'm wrong. I didn't at first, but then, meeting with people on this cruise, I talked to a guy, him and his wife, they call Meet and I. They're on YouTube. They actually sent me, I have it somewhere in here. They gave me a poster, a picture frame of them once they hit 1,000 subscribers, and they sent it out to some of their best subscribers. It is a learning process, and this is tough. It's tough. Here's the thing. Have you ever experienced like seeing somebody in your niche or somebody that's close to what you're doing? You guys could be, here, and that person just takes off. And that put me in a position where I started, gauging myself against that person. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, their content is good, but mine is just as good as theirs. And this is my flair. Yet this person is just taking off, and my car ain't going nowhere. I feel like, I'm blocked or something. And I'm just watching people that's in my niche just go. They go. And I'm just stuck like, what the heck? But I'm going to tell you what, let me see what. I'm going to tell you what God revealed to me is I've been like that my whole life. And it's not one of those things like, well, you always been behind. It's like, no, God, puts me in a position where I have to take my time and learn the process first. Learn the process and then go. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if I try to go as fast as far as these other people, I may be able to scan past and do it with them, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of stuff that I miss. I'll bypass some people. And one of the things, I was getting back to that point of, there are a few collectors, there are a few YouTubers that I deal with on a personal basis. They hit me up and said, Trap, we rock with you, bro. We love you. You got like a heart of gold. He said, but you have to pay attention to the people that's with you, man. Like, we believe in you. When you start watching. Yep. I agree. And see, and that's so funny you said that, because that was gonna be, that's what they said. It was like, bro, you go at your speed. He said, man, and we follow. So let me tell you something, Shan McLove. When I listened to that, my wife was talking to me. She was saying the same thing. I sat back and I said, okay. At that point, I think I had maybe 100 videos out. I said, okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna start cleaning some of these videos up. I put new thumbnails on some videos, put new keywords in the videos, because the videos were getting like maybe 20 views, 30. I think on average I was getting like 30 or 40 views per video. And I was like, man, it's cool, I'll take it, but I'm like, man, I'm looking at other people's videos like, dude, this dude got 1,000 views. So I stopped paying attention to that. I stopped weaning myself off of looking at the numbers. And I just said, let me just put content out. I'm going to just grind. I'm going to just talk about what I started with, because it was therapeutic for me, and now I made it into something else. So once I sat back and relaxed, took a breath, I just went out there and just did my thing. I started enjoying it again because I got so caught up in these numbers games. But being a part of this community, I can say this: networking is important. I saw that comment before when you guys said networking. This thing is, and it is. I got connected with so many of you guys in here, and it's amazing. That's all I can say. It is an amazing process. Okay, and and you know what? I would love for you guys that follow along and stuff like that to follow some of the people that I talk to. There's a group called Invictaholics. If you see, I got the Invicta Vets on. It's all stemmed off of these watches, but this is one that I'm paying close attention to now. I talked to the founder of this company through doing YouTube, and one of my goals right now is let's see what he's saying. Thank you. I definitely will. I definitely will stay focused. I have to because I do have a message to give. And if you look at my channel, you be like, hey, this guy got a bunch of watches. He talking watches. My biggest thing is let's connect. That's it. That's the biggest thing is connect, because I would love. I mean, if you ever get a chance to go on an Invicta cruise, go. If you could take family with you or whatever the case is, I would say go. And you don't necessarily have to buy watches to go on this cruise, because my uncle and aunt, they went. I don't even know if they bought a watch while they were there, but they enjoyed it and they enjoyed the people. There's so many activities, and the biggest thing, you got people in corners praying with each other. You got they had a smoke section where all the smokers went and they just fellowshipped and just had fun with each other. You had people that was having church. You know what I'm saying? You had people that's never met each other. They just like, hey, let's have breakfast. And I'm talking about, it was massive. It was so massive. I think our breakfast hall was on Lido deck, like behind the pool. And we went and enjoyed breakfast with each other, and it was a lovely thing. So if you get an opportunity, every year Invicta hosts this cruise, and that's what the theme is, cruise. It's like anytime, I'll show you. Anytime you see that right there, you in for it. You're in for a treat. And this is I got people texting me. You're in for a treat with these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to embark on a cruise, go to an island, have fun, be pampered. They make your bed. You can call room service, and they're just right. I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise or not, but it's a lovely time. It's a lovely time. So if you want to get hooked up, you can start by like I said, Invicta Vets is just there on Facebook. I don't know if you're on Facebook or not. Invictaholics is on Facebook. Invicta Cruisers. This is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the cruises and things that the company's doing. They don't work for the company. They just people like me. They get information. Mama on deck. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I saw your name yesterday. I saw you in I think it was the Dining with Zion, or maybe on Carter Eats. Hey, what's happening? You already know, man. Invicta Vets, man. Yes, sir. You know what? This year, the guy that Mr. Hargraves is the one that does this shirt. I am going to work with him this year on getting more shirts out. I'm going, purchase some shirts and stuff like that. I'm gonna get a group to actually donate to him, so I can get some shirts out to people that want to just be down with the cause. And I'm actually in my state. I live in Indiana. I have a plan with the young lady that works at Journeys, and I told her that I was changing my wardrobe. I'm actually getting rid of a lot of my Jordans and Nikes, and we're switching over to Vans. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell some stuff. I'm gonna auction some stuff off, because I have some collectible Jordans, and the money I get is not going in my pocket. I'm sending it straight to Vets. I'm gonna send it to him, so because I know he puts money into these programs, and I'll do programs here, and I'll get to donate and some other stuff. Yeah, we gonna. You know what? This man told me. He said it's a shame that, you know, when we sing that song "Home of the Brave," and how he put it. He said this is home of the brave, and the brave men and women that raised their right hand and said, "I will commit my life to protecting this Constitution, protecting the world." They go fight. They come back, and they're homeless. Some of them can't get a job. Hey, listen. You keep in touch with me. I promise I will do that. So what I want people to get from my videos, here's the deal. Everybody don't wear watches, but you know somebody that do, and this is an opportunity to connect with people and to get to know somebody else. It's all about networking. At the end of the day, that's what I want. I want you to network and learn and know somebody else. You know, because this right here, my backstory is watches got me connected with my godfather in Chicago, which got me connected with like in Star Wars, and got me connected with people in the community and stuff like that, and police officers, because he was a police chief. And I noticed that there are a few things that people can use in life to really bond with each other, you know. And this is just a catalyst. This is my escape from evil, if you will. You know, I think sometimes people put so much energy into being negative, you know, but these watches, and I want everybody. Listen, I would love for everybody to come on a cruise, or just get connected with Invicta. You know, Invicta's a brand, a big business, right? I'm not too much. The guy that owns Invicta, or the CEO, his name is A.L. Lalo. And one thing I said before I went on this cruise, I told people there's no way this man had envisioned this community of people coming together and putting down religion, putting down political beliefs, putting down like personal stuff, just to get to know somebody else. And that was my biggest thing, because I was in the Army too. So my takeaway, what I want you to take away from my videos, is this is a family affair. This is something that it's a camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't necessarily have to like watches, you know, but you know somebody that wear watches. You can gift this to somebody. You know, if you buy somebody a watch, buy them a nice timepiece, you know, that's a kind gesture. You know, and that's all I'm trying to do, is spread, I guess, if you will, spread the love. You know, I've actually, and I know trolls come in every once in a while. I've been called out on this a few times. Like, dude, what's the point? Why do you want people to engage with each other like that? This was the question, a big argument that caused other people in the chat to be upset. And I'm like, why wouldn't you want to be positive with somebody? Why wouldn't you want to meet somebody else? You know, you have the capacity to love somebody in New Hampshire all the way to Florida. You know, it really don't matter. And as far as anything else, I mean, that's just my goal. That's what God put me here for. I don't have another mode. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what, I don't think people know that I love anime. Like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, whatever. Anything anime, I will watch it, you know. And there's a group of people here in Indianapolis. I'm in Indianapolis. They love anime, right? And these people I would have never, ever have a conversation with, unless, you know, I had a Dragon Ball Z. I had a shirt with Goku on it, and the guy looked at me strange. I'm looking at him like, what's wrong? He was like, hey, you don't look like the type that would like stuff like this. I said, I don't. Like, how do I look? He said, well, because I wear hats. I mean, I got, guys, when I tell you I have over 100 hats back there in my room, I just love hats. My grandpa got me started on hats. That's just been my thing, you know. And we can look at people and just assume. And that's one thing I learned. What do you know about the guy Goku? Hey, I know he can't challenge. Well, I guess he's getting close to beating Beerus, but here, man, family. There's nothing like family. Nothing like family. You know, and to know my message, man. I don't mind being vulnerable on camera. I don't mind telling you that I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I used to get bullied a lot. I got beat up a lot, man, coming up. I could tell you that I was adopted. You know what I'm saying? My cousin adopted me, raised me, parallel with my family. Philly is in the building. My man, what's going on, boy? This is an Invicta family member. I know, man. But listen, y'all. I was bullied as a kid all the way up to high school. And even through high school, got bullied, man. I think I got my first fight. Well, actually, I got my first fight in the 8th grade. But yeah, man, I got tormented, tortured, and then I had family that torment me and tortured me. Yeah. See, listen, Shan, this is my family. I got Invicta family members in here. My man Rick, he's from Philly. Darren B, these are family. This is what I'm talking about. You know, and this is what I get excited about. Yep, and you know what, guys, I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow. I gotta go to work tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to get up tomorrow and do a conversation about the cruise. But and I will continue to revisit, you know, my background and who I am, so people know, like, why do you do what you do? What is your purpose? What is your point? And this is just it. It's connected family. Because all through that hurt and stuff that I went through, the one thing I always wanted was to be accepted. For me, you know, not because, and I've been in a situation. I've been in a situation where I was on top, man. I used to be a car salesman, and I was making some good money, man. And this was right before the war kicked off. And I had certain people treat me like, oh yeah, you the man, just because I had money. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, dude, I want to be accepted for me. I don't want to be treated like, you know. What up, Mike? What's happening, man? I just don't want to be treated like that. I don't want to be treated different because I got cash or whatever. But I can tell you this. With certainty, is this cruise, when he went on the cruise, and let's pick Rick. I'm going to pick on Rick for a second. I think the cruise is great. Man, yes, Alex, man. That's what I'm going to talk about. That cruise. From the time I walked on, I got some, hey, what's happening, Trap? What's happening? I went and I was trying to find my cousin, because my cousin, I had been talking about this Invicta thing with him for nearly a year. And I'm like, hey, the cruise is coming up. Did you get your ticket? He was like, yeah, we good to go. And the only time I get to see my cousin, you know what I'm saying, like, because he lives in Nevada and I'm in Indiana. Record a little 2 or 3 minute video. Trying to explain it. Okay, cool. You know what? I'm actually going to read, because I have one. I'm gonna redo it. Because I think it's just under 2 minutes. But I am going to do that, because the purpose of this channel is to introduce people to people by way of these Invicta watches, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Let's see, that's exactly what. Watching videos, trying to spreading. Go, yes, let's go. The Bears, baby. Hey, I met Walter Payton when I was a kid, man. And I was like going through my bully stage. I was failing out in school in the 8th grade, and my mom, which, you know, of course I got my butt whooped for, you know, messing up. But my mom called me one day. She said, get your butt up here to my job. She worked out at O'Hare Field, which for me, I had to catch 2 buses and a train to get out there. It took me an hour and something to get out there. So I finally get out there, come up the escalator to her office, and she's talking to some dude, like, and all I could see was from the back. I'm like, this dude, he had a jerry curl. I said, man, who's this dude my mama talking to? And I walked up with an attitude. He turned around. He said, you Travis? He had a real soft voice. And I'm talking about, I was stuck. I've never been starstruck in my life besides that one moment. I was just stunned, like, it's Walter Payton. And he just got to yelling at me. He said, boy, you smarter than that. You better, you're a young black man, you handsome, and blah, blah, blah. This dude just going through. He said, I tell you what, the next time I come back through here, back through O'Hare Field, you better show me that you done better. Man, you talking about your boy went back to school with a new lease on life, man. I'm studying, I ain't paying attention to nobody, still getting bullied, but I was like, that ain't bothering me because Walter Payton told me he was gonna take care of me. So I took him my report card, man. He signed it for me. And I took it back to school. The teacher didn't believe it. My mom had to tell the teacher, like, no, Walter Payton actually signed his, because my teacher was a Walter Payton fan. Right? And like that was my Walter. And from there, I just been a Bears fan the whole time. Even through the muck. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's not easy being a Bears fan in Indianapolis, especially with Indianapolis beating us in 2006. That hasn't been easy. And I'm like, man, can we get a repeat? Can we get, another championship reign to where we play the Colts and knock them out the box real quick? But the chance of that happening, I don't know. We'll see what this upcoming season will be about. But again, guys, gals, family, these are things that connect us. I don't have, matter of fact, you said the Bears. You already know, man, I got my Bears piece. Do I got it up right? Yeah, I got my Bears piece. I met so many beautiful people. Like yourself through the victor, time, peace, love. Man. Hey, Rick, were you able to go to that Q&A with A.L. Lalo? That was very interesting because prior to that that meet and greet, I told a few collectors there's no way AL could have dreamt this is phenomenon. Guys, think about this. I had to step away, but I'm going to keep you running. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Much love. This is a phenomenon that you can't explain. Like, what is going on? Let me see. Life is too short to listen to negative people. Family, I tell my soldiers all the time that the word like isn't anything you do in the army. I have my family. Yeah. I feel you on that one. I was there. I saw you. Yep, I was in the front row. I was saving my wife a seat, man, but she ended up going to a different event. I do. Big Sarge, when I was in the Army, I had lost direction because I had bad leadership. And when I was in Crestwood, Illinois, and it was like, I was a new soldier, man. I was eager to be. And this may sound crazy to you, but when they asked that question, what made you join the military? I think it was like 5 questions that they asked you. And they was like, is education one? I said, education and money. I was like, I can make money, but I was like, I'm going for adventure. And, and I told him, I said, I want to be a real life G.I. Joe. And the recruiter laughed at me. He said, what? I said, no, dude, look, Roadblock was one of my favorite G.I. Joes. Okay, mommy on deck. I'll be back if he's still up, but if not, I'll see you later. Roadblock was one of my favorite G.I. Joes. And I said, I want to be like this when I grow up. And I actually, I think I still have that not video, but I got on camera. Just of course, anybody know G.I. Joe Roadblock was a heavy machine gunner. And I got an opportunity before the Army decommissioned the M60 machine gun. That was one of the last videos, and I was just going in on it. And the guy took a picture of me doing it, and I was like, I'm Roadblock. You know what I'm saying? I had lost all this weight because I was chunky, boy. Before I joined the Army, I was real chunky. And I fulfilled my duty, man. I've been on 2 deployments. Unfortunately, I got hurt on both. And I only did 16 years in the military. You know what? Mommy on deck, I've done that before. I actually got a chance 3 years ago. I got asked to come to a meet and greet with Father. It was like Father's Day or something like that. And I go to this school what's it called? The Indiana Math and Science Academy. I go to the school and fathers are everywhere, scattered. But then there's a table that had, what was it, three boys there that didn't have their dads one there. So I sat down and I'm talking to these kids, and one of the kids there said, yeah, my dad, he couldn't come, because he had to go make some money. I said, what does your dad do? He's like, I don't know. He'll leave out at night and be gone all day, and he'll come in, sleep for a little bit, and then go back out. Well, look, I'm from the street. I already know what that's about. I'm not judging. And this kid is literally like dang near in tears because everybody's dad is there. They're giving speeches. So I got an opportunity to get up and talk about what it is to be a father. Congratulates the fathers. But then I had those young men come up and I had them stand with me. And I said, hey, listen, this is our future right here. Thank you for your service. Man, I got to spread. I don't like, hey, so I don't have another mode. I don't. I'm not perfect, but I don't have another mode because I was set here for this. You know what I'm saying? But with these young men, and I got boys. I got a 23-year-old. And one thing I told him, I said, man, a father is put here to give you as much direction as possible. My biological father wasn't there for me. You know what I'm saying? I had another man raise me. It wasn't the best, you know what I'm saying, because his dad didn't raise him. So now he's trying to raise a child that's not his the best way he knew how, and all he showed me was like, look, you got to go to work and provide, and him and my mom, adopted mom, argued a lot and fought. I had to learn my way through. No, it was my pleasure serving United States. I would still be doing it if it wasn't for my injuries. Yeah, one thing I learned was with him, when I got older, one thing I told my dad, and I never call him stepdad or adopted father. I just do that, for the title's sake. But I told him, I said, I appreciate you letting me come into your clan. As a man, I'm not your child, but you took it upon yourself that, hey, I'm going to do the best I can with you, and I appreciate you. And I did from there, and he looked me in my eyes, and it was only a few times I ever seen him tear up. So I know, to see the look on your face, they changed the push-up. Oh, my gosh. Dude, look, check this out, y'all. I don't dance, man. I do not dance. I was like, man, you got to be kidding me, man. I'm sitting up there on the stage like I'm about to tear these boys up. I don't care who it is. And there was a dude down there, the cocky dude. I was like, man, I'm going to tell you know what? I don't know what his name was, but it was a guy he was walking with. It was another guy that was pretty fit. Ryan was like, he said, that dude he can't do 125 push-ups. I don't believe it. I said, we can go. You could do it with me. He said, nah. I was like, no, we're right here. I said, you just called me out in front of all these people. You said I can't do 125 push-ups. Let's see. No, I ain't with that, man. I ain't with that. And I was like, all right. I said, I get it every year. And Ryan's he does it every year. He'll get on TV and say, hey, Trapvision 3D is the guy that beat me. This guy gets fatigued at 125 push-ups, and I'm like, look, I do them. I mean, I have no problem. If you doubt me, I will do them right here. Now, if you ask me, like, if I was to do 125 push-ups right now, I'll be lazy with it. But in front of people, nah. I don't know, man. I feel like I get, like, Popeye with spinach, man. The people around me, I'm cranking them boys out. I'm gone. But, that was, the Army did that for me, man. Because I used to be, like I said, I was a fat soldier. But man, I did my thing. But as far as everything else, and you said New York. Let me see. I feel you, bro. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and she's my world. When I became a dad, I wanted to be a better father than my father was. My goal. Yeah, you have to. Just been gay. Man, look. As far as dads, man, it's nothing like being a father. It's hard though. It's a lot. Your kids are influenced by the people out there for 9 hours a day when they're away from you. Or when they're kicking it with their friends. I was talking to John Zuback yesterday, and his daughter's going through this phase. She's 18, and her head is in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I get it, bro. I got a 23-year-old. I got a 21-year-old. I got a 17-year-old that just had to go to track this morning, and I get it, man. It's being a dad is not. It's not glamorous. I can tell you that. It's not glamorous, bro. You know, it's having to tell them, no, you can't do this, the punishments and stuff like that. And I'm like, I explain to my kids, if I punish you, it's because you didn't follow simple instructions. You know, if I tell you, hey, go in there and wash dishes, I come back home, dishes not washed, and you got your tablet or you got a joystick in your hand. When I unplug that thing from the wall and take your joystick and throw it halfway across the room, you get mad at me? No, because I gave you a simple instruction. You know, and I feel like even with my kids, I'm going to tell you something. I'll give you guys a quick story. All right, Mike. See you later, man. Have a blessed day. My son, a few years back, it was a little over 4 years ago, we sent him out to go take the trash out. And we sitting upstairs. It was funny. We were watching, at the time it was called Evine. I'm sitting here watching TV, and I'm like, man, that boy been outside for a long time. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Like, what is he doing? So he finally comes back in, and he was like, the police stopped me. I said, police stopped for what? He was like, I don't know. They was looking for somebody, and they shine a light on me. So I shine my light back. I said, well, you did what? He said, yeah, I got my flashlight with me, and I shine my light back. I said, are you stupid? He said, man, that's disrespectful. I said, let me tell you something that could have happened. You could have got shot. And then it would have been an uproar because a black kid gets shot or killed, whatever the case is, in Indianapolis. And now we got all these religious leaders and everybody's fighting, and now everybody's upset. All because you want to be stupid. You like, no, you can't. I said, no. Let me sit you down and tell you a little something. You know what happens when you shine a light from like a small light? That can pose as a beam or a light on a handgun. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no, it's not. I was like, I looked at him. I said, boy, I've been in the military most of my adult life, and every last one of my weapons had a light on it. I said, the cop could have took that as a threat, and it could have came out and opened fire, and they would have been justified because they don't know what you have. And if they got called out there, it could have been for a disturbance. It could have been for a fight or gunfire, anything. You don't know. I said, you don't get the opportunity to do stuff like that. Being white or black or Hispanic, it don't matter. You don't get a chance to do that. You're not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's the dumbest thing. And he's sitting there looking at me. Well, I don't know why it's so. I said, okay. I can't protect you when you go out there. And if the cops get to beating you down because you're stupid, now I'm going to be mad because you put your hands on my son. But I really, I can't justify me going after you physically as a police officer, a dad to a police officer, because my son, you violated that, and you're a grown man. You violated, or like you should know better than that. I've like all the stories I've told you, man. I'm gonna tell you guys, I got beat by the police before. 95, I was in Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana had this thing called martial law, where it got so bad, and if you guys looked at the news or know any history about it, they were the murder capital for a year or two. I think 2 years. And who is this? Okay. They literally gave us curfews. They wouldn't allow us to do certain things, and let's see. At the end of the day, being a father is the best thing in the world to girls. I love every minute. Continue to lead them as you do. Yes, I have 3 girls and a boy. I have to teach them. Man, you have to. You have to. I tell people the story that, I got caught out during this martial law situation. I was 17 years old. Cop pulled up on me. He said, where you going? I got a gallon of milk and some eggs. The cop took the milk and threw it on the ground, threw the eggs on the ground, and I turned to him. I was like, officer, My grandmother's on a fixed income, man. You gonna have to go and buy her some more milk. She ain't got no money like that. Cop hit me in the mouth, knocked me on the ground, and they stumped me out. And my buddy was right there. They threw him on the ground and put cuffs on him. My friend said, dude, stop hitting him. He didn't do nothing. He said, no, he challenged me. And I mean, they ripped my clothes, beat me up, and they say they took my ID out and seen. They was like, okay, you 17, you could be out at this point. So I think I had up to 11 o'clock to be out, and it was like maybe 8:30. So they get me up off the ground. They said, take your butt on and get out of here, go home. My mouth was bleeding, my eye was swollen a little bit. I come home with no milk or nothing. My grandma was like, what happened? My buddy was like, well, he just got beat up by the police. And she got so mad. She said, come on, let's go. I said, what? Well, she said, let's go. She called a friend. They took me to the station, and she filed a complaint. Nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't really do anything. They said, we'll follow up with this. But I could be pissed off for the rest of my life about police. Honestly. You'd think, like, okay, but I don't. And then I end up joining the Army and end up being a military police officer during one of my deployments. And I treated people, you know, if you did a crime, you gonna pay for it. Sorry, y'all, got a call coming in. And it's not fair, but like that gave me the opportunity to like when I start having kids, teaching them like this is how you move. And it's not a perfect practice. You can still get abused by the police. You can still get hurt and stuff like that, but you have to know how to talk. You have to know how to move. You know, and I tell you what, it's bad in certain areas, and I'm not taking up for the cops on this one. I'm not taking up for just average people, but you got to think from a cop's perspective, they see the worst part of humanity on a regular basis. And I don't think that the cops are set up right. I think cops need to go through some type of therapy on a regular basis, not just if something happens. Man, they're seeing kids being killed. They're seeing people getting abused, spousal abuse, all this stuff. They see this on a regular basis. On a regular basis. And as a cop, they don't always see, like we just see on the TV, we just see all the action. Cops don't have action like that all the time. It's just regular stuff. I've seen cops actually getting cats out of trees. Like literally, I've seen this before. You know, I've seen them walking people across the street, helping kids. I've even seen them doing this bike ride thing with little preschoolers, in which they don't show that often. Let me see, I have 2 girls and a boy in there. Yeah, I know. Your kids are everything. But I think cops need to be taken care of on a regular basis. Cops need to be taken care of by their departments because they do see a lot of stuff. You got to think about this, man. They reporting to deaths. They reporting to people in car accidents and getting killed. That plays, man, that's post-traumatic stress all day. You don't have to go to the Army just to have PTSD. You know, so I'm like, let me see. Cool in there. I'm like, it goes both ways. Teaching our kids how to deal with society and the police, and teaching the police how to deal with themselves and society. Two-way street. You know, I think that's one of the things that needs to happen. But as far as being a parent, yeah, man. To my Invictaholics, okay, I couldn't read it fast enough. That was somebody just posted something on it in Invictaholics, I think, Invicta Cruisers. But back to the main point, you know, somebody, Shannon had asked me, like, what's my message? For those of you guys that saw me on a cruise or see me on here, my message is clear as this. Everybody has an opportunity to love somebody else. You have the capacity, we just do. You know, I think being negative or hating a group because for whatever reason, it takes a lot of energy, too much energy. It's easier to just love people or enjoy. Sometimes, like, even enduring it is better because you feel like, okay, I endure you. I don't know what your main process is or your main deal is, but I'm like, all right, whatever. It's easier to do that and just banish it than to harbor that hate, man. It just kills it, man. You know, I said this. Let me see. What was it? there's a watch that I said, oh, hold up. This one. I keep this one close, y'all. This one right here is Ocean Ghost. I got it upside down, sorry. This is Ocean Ghost. And this watch literally got me called out by a Rolex guy. Yeah, we all saw. You were the first person I saw getting on the elevator first day. I was... That's funny. My kids be getting on me about that, man. My kids get... Hey, look, let me tell you something. That cruise was... It was funny because I had somebody say, oh my gosh, it's Trapvision 3D. It scared me, man. I was like... I said, wait, it's just me. And came and gave me a hug. It's like, hey, can you sign this? It was fun. It was fun. I can't wait until the next one. I pray that this coronavirus don't infect to the point, because I know that will cancel, dude. Oh my gosh. That'll just I'll be broke up. If we can't go on this cruise because of this coronavirus next year, I will be devastated. I'm like, we have to do something else. Man, bro, let me tell you. My son called. We talked the night we got back, the night after we got back. And he talked to my wife. He said, Mama, I honestly did not believe that Invicta, that situation that Dad go through is serious. These people are for real about Invicta. I was like, I've been telling y'all. I said, man, he was like, because they'd come home. They walked in the store. He was standing there with shoes. I was like, what is he doing now? I know. Hey, I'm getting some new ones. I'm getting some new ones coming back to the cruise. I'm actually doing, and I'll let you guys know since you're here, I am getting some coveralls just for people to sign, because there was a lot of people that couldn't sign the shoes. I'm doing it all over again. So I should have, by that time, I should have maybe 3 graffitis. I got one. Well, technically, this is not a graffiti. It's hydro dip, but I got a few of these. Got a few of these around somewhere. I'm bringing those coveralls with me for people to sign those, man. And that's gonna be the thing every year, man. Like those shoes are put up too. Those shoes will never go back on feet. They'll be me and the wife talking about putting this display case together, and all of our memories. I'm still unpacking. I got my football, my Invicta football. I'm actually going to. I got enough stuff to send somebody out a swag pack that didn't get to go on a cruise. And I should have another contest coming up this year. I may do another Father's Day contest. So, Mommy on deck, thank you for still in there with me. Guys, so for my Invicta family that's on here right now, I got hooked up with a community that yesterday I was at 370 something, 71, somewhere around there. Had 371 subscribers, and I got on this channel called Carter Eats, and just talking back and forth in this community of people that are like-minded, and they like, hey, if you're a YouTuber, content creator, man, we can help you grow. You know what I'm saying? And that was the deal. She said, we got to help this brother get to 400. It's a brother in here right now, and I'm listening to her talk, and I said, wait a minute, I'm close to 400. I know she ain't talking about me. And she said, and she turned the camera around. She had another little tablet. She said, check this brother out. And she got my channel pulled up. Dude, you talking about my face was hot? Man, bro, look, I'm going to tell you this. I'll cry in a minute. I ain't even going to front. Man, my eyes get watered up. I'm like, ugh, she's not doing. And, it's just the love that people show. In less than 10 minutes, boom, I'm at 400. 403, I think. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So, hey, man, look, I try not to, man. I get, man, the thing about it, and it's something I can't help. Yeah, Kara East is amazing. When it comes to people and the things that I've been through with people, and the fact that one of my missions when I was in Iraq was a humanitarian mission, I got to see how people really live. Now, at this point, you got a sergeant that my job is to take care of my soldiers, do this mission, and do it to the best of our ability. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over there with people that this kid, his dad got cut in half. Man, they cut his limbs off, or part of his limbs off, because he chose not to be a part of the Taliban, you know, and they kidnapped his daughter and his wife and said, if you don't do this, we're gonna, you know, kill him. He said, I can't, you know, God will not forgive me for, you know, killing innocent blood. And they took his family. So this little boy and his dad, this little boy was 12 years old. He had to come out and work and steal and rob to, you know, supply him medical stuff. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And that broke my heart. That like broke me in half, you know. And this kid, I had a translator with me, and he was just telling me the story. So I started paying him. I said, hey, you give me information. I gave him $5 for information. I mean, that was a small, like Pepsi's and our ammo, like the brass, not the ammo, but the brass from our ammo, they would use for currency. They would make jewelry and stuff. This little kid know how to make jewelry out of brass. This dude was doing all kind of stuff. And I was like, what are you doing? He split it in half. He melted it and and started making this beautiful jewelry. And I was like, you got to be kidding. He also knew how to, I have a braided bracelet in the back that got my name in it that I will never, ever get rid of. This kid, man, I gave this kid like $10 for that. And Vic is in the building. Yo, what's up, boy? Yeah, your boy, I'm trying live, man. I'm hooked up with this community that's encouraging people to go live. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on here for a nice little minute. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I saw how terrible these people live. Like, they didn't even have a sewer system. These people didn't even have a sewer system, man. And they slept in these huts. You know, they didn't have doors and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, I'm at home. I'm in the comfort of, at the time I was in an apartment. I said, man, I got the comfort of coming to my apartment, going upstairs, making me a pot of coffee. You sound well, you just woke up. And no cares in the world. I can cut my TV on and watch whatever's on. I can catch Netflix. You know, Shop H. Well, at that time it was Evine. I can watch Evine. I can order a watch. I can do whatever I want to at this point in time. But these kids and these people out here in Iraq, they literally have to survive. You know, and that right there, I think that's what the turning point for me was. Not saying that I was an ill soul before that, but I just I wasn't concerned about humanity in that way. I'll still be friendly to you. I'll still, you know, care about your well-being if you're in my direct vicinity or something like that, if you're a part of my circle. But I wouldn't care past that. But from there, dude, Iraq, like the army, that's what I said, man, the military, that's why, you know, where you at? This piece right here stays close within the arm shot. This my U.S. Army. This is, and I know people got Grail watches, man. People got diamonds and stuff like this. This is one of my Grails, man. Like, this got the U.S. stamp on it. But this watch represents all those soldiers that are still fighting. I tell people all the time, Iraq is different, and we must remember where we come from. I was buying watches in Iraq and having them sent to me. Hey, you know what? You know what's funny? There was a guy when I was in Iraq, two things that he would always have shipped to him: watches and remote control cars. This dude had a radio control car that was crazy, man. He's just running thing across the desert, man, back and forth. But then they told him, they said, you got to stop that, because they thinking that, you know, it's like an explosive or something like that, because we had the eye in the sky. They saw it. They shut him down, so he would only do it. We had a volleyball net over there by us, so he'll just use it over there. But yeah, man, Iraq changed my perspective on people. Now, of course, I had to come back home and get back. No. Wasn't Sergeant Miller. When were you over? Were you over in 07, 08? Cause I was 07, 08, and then 10 through 11. But it wasn't Sergeant Miller. It wasn't Sergeant Miller. 05 to 06. Respect, Vic. Hey, man. Look, if y'all don't know Vic, boy, you have a great community here, Trapvision. I'm telling you, this is family. This is, man, y'all, mommy on deck is a part of a bigger community, man. And you guys, man, like, visit the channel, go on Carter Eats or Dining with Zion. There's some great people in there. You'll get connected with so many great people. I mean, if you love eating and learning how to make food and stuff like that, or even decorating your table, man, it's like I go in there and it's like going into a virtual mall or something, you know, or school. It's like college online or something like that. I'm like, man, okay. I don't think I saw one video yesterday. Somebody was making that new sandwich, man, with the chicken breast with the 2 donuts. I can't do that one, man. It looked interesting, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's like clogging my arteries, man. I'll die. Man, I can't do it. That's too much sugar, man. I'm like, nope. And I love donuts, man. I'd stay away. I didn't even eat that many sweets when I went to on this cruise. I said, nope. I'm not. I had sweets one day. Had a cake. No, I'm sorry. 2 days. I had a cake one day, and then I had the ice cream and some other stuff. Look, mommy on deck, I can't fool with it. It looked good. It looked like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, for real, I eat that sandwich, man. This it. Y'all be like, man, why Trapvision ain't on no more? Like, man, that dude deceased, man. He ate that sandwich. This artist went, cloop. For real, man. Why they doing it to us, man? Making these big old sandwiches, man, made out of donuts, man. Hey, chicken and waffles is good enough. Man, I can't mess with it, man. And hey, let's see how long I've been on here. Been on here for a nice little minute, man. Hey, I like this little format. We definitely gonna start doing more live chats, and I actually just uploaded a video about Richard Oso and John the Phone Guy, Mary and Smitten by Victor. Now there's a part 2 to that. I did a video right after that about, we got OV in it, Rick's in it. I don't know if Rick's still in here. And Bob Cohen was in it. I had a cone of ice cream. Me and my wife normally, like, without our date night stuff, man, like, we'll get that. More live, yes sir. As soon as this is done, I'm watching. Okay. Me and the wife normally we have ice cream together, but it was so much going on. I just did my survey. I just did the survey for the cruise, and they asked like, if you could change anything, what would you do? And I would honestly say this cruise was probably one of the more interesting cruises I've been on. There were a gang of shows. There were a gang of things. I think it was more fan participation. They allowed us to be on shows. They came out in the crowd. They gave a lot of watches away, and I like the way they gave the watches away. Last year, they was throwing boxes out, hitting people in the heads and stuff. Thank you guys for your service. I have much love and respect for the sacrifices you guys made. My dad served in Korea War in 1952. Salute to your father. Darren, salute to your dad. I got a heart for anybody in the military. Hands down. Hands down, got a heart for anybody in the military. Because when you raise, like, just think about this, man. You raise your right hand to say, go live during watch reviews. Oh, I will. To protect this country, the constitutions, and pick up a new piece on a cruise. I picked up the Ocean Voyage, Australian Diver, a boat Magnum with diamonds, and a Chaos with Pepsi bezel. I get them on the 11th. Dude, what? Okay, you ordered that on the ship, and I don't get it, man. I ordered mine like everybody's getting their watches now. Yeah, respect to your pops, man, because, dude, joint, you know, when you serve, man, that's major. I know I'm jumping subjects. Rick, I don't understand the shipping, because some people literally when they got back home, we all ordered at the same time. Matter of fact, let me see, John, the phone guy, ordered his watches on the show. He was on when I was filming. He was ordering watches, and when he got back home, I think they just came like 3 days ago, or 2 days ago, or whatever, 3 days ago. So I'm like, dude, that's crazy. I don't get mine until Tuesday. I only ordered one. I got the Chaos with the Pepsi bezel on it. Yeah, you say something with Vic and the Magnum, dude, it's over. It's over with, man. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. So my family, you got yours Thursday, man. I don't know. I think Shop HQ and the post office hate Indiana because, man, like that's too much of a delay, man. Like I gotta wait a whole week. I'm ready. Well, honestly, I'm waiting for sizing kit. Okay. Anybody that's been at the airport going through TSA, you already know, take your shoes off, take your belt off, and all the other stuff. Go through. I made the mistake of wearing some Levi button flies. Please don't wear those because they'll either do a cavity search or whatever the crap is. Oh yeah, I picked up the gold diamond boat Zeus Magnum all silver. I took them off the ship with me. Forget that shit. Casper, hey, welcome in. It's crazy, man. TSA took my bag. It went underneath the ship, and they took my freaking toolkit. We got to the cruise, and we started unpacking. We started getting all our stuff out, and I see it was a note falls out. Wifey was like, did that note fall out of your bag? I was like, nah, it didn't. Didn't think nothing of it, so I go about my business, and I said, well, you know what? Let me go down here. I think we went to the pop-up shop. I bought this bad boy right here. This Speedway, 52 millimeter Speedway. I said, I gotta size this sucker, man. Come back. I don't have a toolkit in it. And wifey was like, that's what they did. They took your kit. They took your kit. It was like, I knew it. I knew I went crazy. That thing came TSA. How much did you see? How much watch did you buy on the cruise? I bought two. The one I bought this one, and I got a Grand Sabaqua Noma 3. So I only bought two. I told wifey that like I won't go crazy because I'm actually trying to be very selective with what I buy right now. Had too many watches actually detained me for 10 minutes asking why. None of your business why I got so many watches. Man, it's none of your business. I can't stand it, man. I can't stand TSA, man. It is, man. That is ridiculous, man. Like, dude. And if you work for TSA and you on here, man, no disrespect, man, but God, dog, man, what, like, your guidelines seem like it changed so much, bro. Like, if you come in, which is standard, if you got liquids that's over 3 ounces, it has to be put into underneath the plane. Let me see. Told me they didn't see anyone else getting off the ship with watches. Oh man, I don't know what, but they let me see. They're talking about thank you for your thank you for your service, man. Well, thank you for your service right now. They threw out my perfume. Probably still. Hey, look, I promise they got that. So guess what? I got an opportunity to be TSA on the. I was about to say on the cruise. When I was in Iraq, I worked with TSA to help soldiers get in and off the ship. Sorry, I'm still in cruise mode. Get back home. And this is the craziest thing. So we go back in this back room, and I'm talking about it's so much stuff. And I'm going to tell you what TSA do. Yes, TSA, I'm going to tell your secret. Is like if TSA is going to fly or do something, or they want to make a little extra money, be like, hey, you really want to get this through? Go ahead and put this in this money right here, and I can slide. Because once you get on the other side and you fly back, you free and clear. Man, there was so much stuff in there. Or if TSA staying home, I bet you, if you go in a TSA agent's house that ain't on the right, it's not on the up and up, I bet you they got all kind of stuff. They got cologne. They ain't got to buy colognes. You got Invicta watches. Because there was, every year, somebody loses watches that's supposed to go underneath the plane. 2018, somebody loaded up a 50-slot dive case and flew it to Miami. He was supposed to fly to Miami. He gets there and it's not there. They like, what the heck? They say he got lost in transit. Nah, bro. Nah. One thing I do know, yeah, the Bolt Magnum with diamonds I picked up is beautiful. He teased you right now, Vic. He teased you right now. He said the diamond Magnum he got is beautiful. Hey, and for those of you guys that don't know, Vic on here is a sucker. I had to say it 3 times for a Magnum. I'm telling you right now, man. You show that man a Magnum, dude, he's focused. He don't hear nothing else. He's focused, man. But yeah, man. I don't understand how TSA get to dictate what comes and goes. I will cry if they lose my watches. Suicide. No, think about this. 2 years running, 2 different people, 50-slot dive cases full of watches. Now, the one guy told me that his 50 slot, he was going to actually present in the, or that may have been 19. He was going to present for the expo, and they took him. They took his watches, man. He said he had some watches that dated all the way back to the 50s. I was like, ooh, you can't get those. That's done. And whoever stole those watches, and I hope he got them documented and processed to where, like, as soon as the serial number pops up, because, of course, they'll end up in a pawn shop. My goal is to fill a 50 slot with all Magnums. I feel you now. 50 watches are a lot. That is a big hit. Oh, that's a major hit. Somebody lost the 8 slot this cruise. Somebody didn't get the 8 slot. And I was like, why didn't you carry it on, dude? I carried all my watches on. You know, my son had one of my 8 slots. I had the other 8 slot and a 3 slot. Nope, we carrying these jumps on with us. And then I had I had a duffel bag. And I'm actually, guys, I was looking, and you'll see it tonight. I'm dropping another video tonight. You'll see Bob Cohen, how he sets up his 8 slot. You just have to see it. It's fun. It's Bob Cohen. It's Bob. So for you guys that are Victorholics, you already know Bob is, yeah, he's very, very, very original. Yeah, let me see what's that. Yeah, man, I couldn't imagine losing 50 watches at one time. I couldn't imagine losing one. If one of my watches was gone, I would be sick. 50, I'm like, the cruise had been over with. Oh yeah, he is crazy about diamond magnums. I bought gold and silver. When I got home, waiting for me in my man cave, that diamond roll, man. That diamond rose one, man. I saw that at the pop-up shop. Or that Shop HQ where they were showing, man, that thing's beautiful. It's first magnum in my collection. Let me see. I'd stay lying in my cabinet. Hey, man, Vic, you know what? I promise I know that you would. Like, I know if, dude, I can imagine, man. And you can't replace that stuff. You can't replace that, man. Some of those things, you know, Invicta, they put out so many items, and they go away. And somebody steals something that is not being made no more. It's like you're done. And then you have to wait for a remake or a 20th anniversary version of what you lost. And I'm like, that's not the original version though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I just, again, TSA, I'm not going to say all of them, but some of the TSA agents, man, ain't about the right. You know, and the fact that, like, they took my stuff out of my bag, bro, when I get over there, and I'm like, why would you take that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it could have been one of those situations, because I had cologne in the bag, in the undercarriage. Maybe that's what triggered them, you know, for them to open. And they broke the lock. I had to, it malfunctioned. I had to learn how to reset the lock and everything. So, and man, it was just a big mess, man. I'm like, this is crazy. I carry my A-slot with me on the plane. Same A-slot in your video. Oh, yeah. I'm most definitely, from here until infinity, I don't care what Invicta cruise. I don't care any cruise. Because, you know, we're planning on going on another cruise, a few more cruises. I carry on. I was thinking about driving. Hey, Rick, you want to start in first class? Got to see the graffiti magnums that are coming. Wow. I carry 2 8-slots and a 3-slot with me. Forget that mess. Hey, it's hard. I can't, man. I cannot. I can't do it. Can't do it. I'm not sending any watches underneath the plane. Ever. Can't do it. But I do want to well, let me see, what time is it? All right, we got time. I do want to drive down because I want to be a part of the expo next year. There are no problems with the coronavirus. Did you hear any? No, not the coronavirus. Oh yeah, bro. This thing, man, I promise, man. This is it, man. This is one of my favorite pieces. I did get sick though. Me and wifey got the flu when we came back, man. I don't know how many cases, man. Probably, I counted at least 38 people. Invicta virus. I got the Invicta virus. Somebody had that on their shirts. Somebody had the Invicta virus shirts, t-shirts. It was a group, a family or something like that. I thought it was pretty funny because it said something about the coronavirus on it. It was a mess. It was funny. Yeah, man. But you know what? I tell you what. One of my goals this year, one of my goals for the channel this year, and again, I want to hit I said 1,250 subscribers by the end of November, which would give me a full 2 years on YouTube. But one of my biggest things is I want people that have no idea about Invicta cruises or Invicta to join in, because as I make my way through work, you know, because I work at a jewelry store, there are people that come in with their Invicta watches. They'll be like, hey, I need a battery change, or I need this, or blah, blah, blah. And, you know, if they come in with an Invicta and I'm talking to them, or even it was somebody had an Aragon on, people like, there's an Invicta family, a community out there. I was like, yes. And first thing I do is pull my phone out, show them. I'm like, hey, this is for real. And people looking like, dude, that's crazy. When did this happen? I'm like, it's only been going on forever, man. Like, these people is like building. And I want, you know, I would love for them to be so many people to come or subscribe to the Invicta experience to where they would dang near need a bigger ship. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine like 3,500 Invicta collectors or 3,500 people, period, going on a cruise partying, and they would have to change itineraries. They have to do all these. That would be nuts. Now, I can tell you this. If they got to that point, we would definitely have to be on a ship that has a Lido deck that can hold a ton of people, because if we get to the point where we grow in a yellow party, that thing will have to be as big as like a stadium. See, what are you wearing? It looks like a cooler. Yeah, yep, I got the a cooler Prestige. Two-tone. I was man, this one, Vic, remind me, I think it was like 118 or something like that. Or somewhere around there, 130. I know it dropped below that $200 point. But then I didn't think Invicta when I saw your channel title. So, okay, so Mommy on Deck, my channel used to reflect Invicta. I had Royal Caribbean. I never been on Royal Caribbean. But Mommy on Deck, I had the Invicta logo and everything in my channel. It was my channel at one point was called the Invicta Lifestyle and Invicta Lifestyle. And $98. That must have been on a yellow tag sale. I missed that one. I may have paid that. I don't know. I can't remember, y'all. But the thing about that is Invicta, it will be a company that will forever grow, and they will get the money they need to supply for themselves. I turned around and reached out to them saying, hey, I wrote them a letter saying, hey, I'm an upcoming YouTuber. I'm a Dutch guy, and I'm active on a Dutch watch forum with a lot of Rolex watch snobs. But we'll help Invicta Europe more than 100. Bought an Invicta, all class Pro Divers 53. Yeah. Hey, vintage Invicta. I like I saw a video that you put out, like a promo. I think that was sweet. But I reached out to Invicta, wrote them a letter and said, hey, this is my goal. This is what I would love to do. Would you allow me to be like a spokesperson for Invicta, or at least sponsor me to where I can do some of these things? And I had put out, hey, I want to go from city to city, just, you know, doing pop-up shops here, giving some information, you know what I'm saying, a little history about Invicta. And the ultimate goal is to get more people involved and come into the family. And I never got a word back. I got two of them just because they were so cheap. I never got a word back. And, you know, that was a little upsetting, but I kept it moving. And I literally sat down with a good friend of mine that he owns 7 supercuts, and he does a finance business. And he's actually helping a YouTuber right now with his finances, because this YouTuber, now he can't disclose this YouTuber personal information, but he's telling me that this YouTuber is making a decent amount of money, you know, doing this stuff. Don't give up. Keep tagging them on your IG. You never know. I haven't. But what I wanted to do was literally take their name off of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because the lifestyle is basically represented like through all you guys. Anybody that comes along for the ride, anybody that adds to me, you know. So I got John the Phone Guy, I got Vic. We got the Browns. We got the Victor Holics, Victor Cruz. There's like a community of people that stands behind what the lifestyle is, you know, and it's just people, everyday people like you and me, and some superstars like Vic, uh, that have a common bond, man, through these watches, you know, and it don't matter about your religious preference. It don't matter about anything. All we know is that we all got a love for this watch, which gives us an eternal love for each other. Yeah, they may also help you, but I think they are critical to help people from outside. I send also emails. Most of the time, I don't get anything back. But you can do a lot for Invicta. You got good content. Man, I appreciate that. You know, one of the biggest takeaways, I'll tell you this. One of the things that just filled my heart with joy was when I was on this cruise. Smitten, what's happening? I stopped counting after, what was it, 40 people told me that the only reason I came on this cruise was because I just happened to be looking for vacation stuff, and your stuff popped up. I looked at it, and I was like, oh, Invicta Cruise? Man, I think of the 40, about 8 people of the 40, because I had got it written, I started writing it down. They literally told me, bro, I came on this cruise because you. I saw your video, and I answered the call. I'm like, I'm here. And there were 8 people that I talked to that stated, this is my first cruise, my first Invicta cruise, and I just got my first Invicta. And they taking pictures. We're taking pictures together, and I'm like, dude, that's cool. So yeah, that'll be one of my goals, is to literally knock this out. Let me see, awesome networking. I got to, you know, that's one of my goals. I'm actually sitting down Wednesday, with the that financial advisor. Travel on. Hey, Smitten, I'm gonna do what I can. So I love to go on an Invicta cruise. My husband is really into watches. Oh, you got mommy on deck. You had to come. You have to come. Because if you see all these people like Smitten by Invicta, you know, Vic, Rick, what I call Philly in the building, all these people, Darren, all these people make up just like this big old massive amount of people. Hey, Trap, the live chat is awesome. I have to head into the office. Vic, I agree with you. All right, Darren, man, appreciate you stopping by, man. Yeah, it's just so many people. It's a lot of love. At the end of the day, it's just love. I can't even put it no other kind of way. It's love. When I went on this cruise, man, the people treated me like a king, man. I felt so good, man. Like, people were hugging, and we were talking. We had breakfast together. We shared a drink together. We were on TV together. Like, it was just crazy, man. Like, I must have shaken over 100 people's hands, man. It was just crazy. It's probably why I got the flu. But, you know, one thing, I'm going to tell you this. Sick or not, I don't regret it. Dude, you're the only reason I ever knew about the cruise. I didn't even know the day-to-day stuff until you made a video. Man, dude, Sarge, let me tell you this. My first cruise, I'm telling you, I got a picture of it, and I just show you what happened. I walked on, what was that? I was on deck 5. And I walked past, and I said, oh, that's nice. This guy did just like this. He took his watch off and put it on my wrist. Didn't know me. Didn't say. He was like, hey, check that out. He fastened it and everything. He said, that's a good look, huh? That's a good feel. I was like, wow. That was my first Grand Octane experience. It was the Grand Octane Iron Man, or Tony Stark. Anyway, I said, dude, that's crazy. Me and my wife looked at each other. Was like, all right. We went up to the Lido deck. Same deal. People were just like, oh, hey, you new to the cruise? You new? Like, what's your name? You know, and I'm telling them. And then I met, we went to the expo, and I met Mike and his wife, the Pontes. And that's how I got hooked up with the Invicta Holics. Let me see. So mommy on deck, please stay tuned because I will continue to put out content on not just Invicta, but like the people that's surrounding Invicta, all the little pop-up shops. You have, if you're in New York, you have a great resource there. You got Richard Oso, Vic is there in New York. They have they have pop-up shops at the stores, and those are great resources. You also have Mark Hines is there. One of the, like, he's a huge collector. He's a diamond collector. He loves diamond watches. You have a lot of people just like in that area, and even if you don't buy anything at the store, just go and look and see, like, these, like, you'll see the love. That's all I can tell you. Like, people just welcome, hey, come on in, come on in. Are you planning to do a live stream with other big Invicta YouTubers like Tommy? Yes. Me and Tommy talk, and we're planning something. I'm trying to get me, Tommy, and John, the phone guy, on something. My 3-year-old daughter is telling me to get breakfast ready. Hey, Pops. Dad, Sergeant Dad, go in there and take care of the young lady, man, for real. So, man, I can't be anything but positive, man. I got it, man. But you know what? You have a blessed day, man. Take care of the babies. Take care of the babies. You probably make some fire breakfast too, man. I'm gonna have to stop by. Yeah, Tommy big time. Yeah, I follow Tommy big time. Tommy actually, he helped me out a lot, man. With I'm keeping the time because I have a meeting at 11 o'clock. But yeah, Tommy's a good dude, man. I remember when I first started, was going through videos and stuff like that, and I was talking about another YouTuber that does watches, and he called me and said, thank you. He called me, he said, hey, bro, be careful, because everybody don't have your best interests. Because he saw how green I was. I was just like, okay, this YouTube thing is exciting. I'm talking to all these different people. I'm making a slamming breakfast. Strawberry pop, frosted Pop-Tarts. Hey, those are good. That's a military breakfast for sure, man. Get you a cup of coffee, you good. I would definitely come get some strawberry frosted Pop-Tarts, bro. I like the what is it? S'mores. I like the s'mores too. I like the s'mores ones. But yeah, man, y'all what was I talking about? What was I got off track. Let me see. You're more than welcome. Atlanta. Oh, you in Atlanta? Oh man, I'll pull up. Ask John, I will pull up in Atlanta, man. No problem. Yeah, I'll keep in touch with you, man. So yeah, we can get it in. You said nothing but a word for me. Yeah. Oh man, so I'm getting these other messages. There's some guys I'm having a meeting this morning. And they're sending out all their little messages now. And that's another group. That's another group that I want to get. To like part of my church family. They saw some of the videos. I got a phone call, actually 2 phone calls yesterday. It was like, oh man, dude, we're looking at your videos. Man, we should have went on a cruise. I said, I told y'all, just come. That's all you gotta do is don't have to worry about as soon as the tickets go on sale. Now, what they do, for those of you guys that's in the chat room, if you've never been on a Invicta cruise, this is what you do. Basically, in June, they'll announce it. They'll announce it to the people that's gone before. They'll give them the first shot, and then they'll open it up to everybody else, and just book it. And you put your payment down of whatever it is. I think it's like $150 to book it. per person, and then you just make your monthly payments. You know what I'm saying? I got the insurance on mine, so like in case something happened, I can get my money back. I will always just pay for that insurance, because I mean we insure stuff anyway. You know what I mean? And even with that new 5-year guarantee, because it's $75 per watch. You know, you pay, like we got that at the jewelry store. Is that you, whatever jewelry that you buy, you can pay an additional warranty on there, and you can bring it back and cleaned and fixed just regardless. That's a lifetime with our jewelry store. But like the watches, I think $75 is not bad. It's not bad because, you know, being in like what Vic was saying last night, Vic said, well, you know what? There's another watch coming out. I might want to trade up to that one. Which I don't believe Vic. I think Vic just be talking. He not about to trade no watches. Vic loves his watches. Like each watch that come in is like a child being born. he just cherishes every watch that he get. But oh, that's what I was saying earlier about watches. Is I know everybody's not getting into watches like that, or some people may just get 1 or 2 pieces. But like this year, I'm being very selective. So I have right now with the Chaos coming, that makes 135 or 136. I have to, let me recount. I gotta recount. I gotta recount and see. I think I got 136 watches this year. Diamond pieces on the horizon. There's 2 more graffitis. Well, actually, let me take that back. There may be 4 graffitis that I want for this year. I gotta see what those Star Wars looking like, and the I was about to say Wolverine, the Marvel graffitis, and I don't know if they're gonna do the DC. I asked for it, you know, asked AL if they were gonna do any DC models. He said no, we can, but I'm thinking we're gonna look at. He said there's definitely the Star Wars and Marvel coming out later this year. I want to see what this college team is going to look like, what they're going to... Oh, and for those of you guys that don't know, Brito, which is an artist... where is that folder? They gave us these folders. And it's funny, he's on the front. Brito. Wifey was calling him burrito on the ship. I was like, no, it's burrito, whatever, however you pronounce it. But I know it's not burrito. They got a deal where you can get your watch made by him. 1 of 1. So let's say, for instance, let's pick one out. Let's say, I know he has these right here. Let's say I want to get this one done with a automatic movement, and I want a sapphire glass instead of flame fusion crystal. I want my capuchon to have like a different look. They'll make this watch based on what you want, and of course it'll have this artwork in there, and they'll send it to you. Of course it'll be a burrito. It'll be on whatever strap or bracelet that you want, and you pay for it. You know, one of my things is I want a R150 in whatever I make. I want it to be automatic, you know, and I may get it done on a like Sabakwa Noma 3, because outside of the Grand Divers, Sabakwa Noma 3, they're like neck and neck with me as being my favorite. So the way Vic feels about the Magnum, I feel like that about both of those actually. So I guess it's like even like those 2 are my favorites out of anything that Invicta does. And that's what I have the most of. I got Grand Divers and my Sabakwa Noma 3s. They're out of, oh wait, I got one right here. Say they're out of reach, and I don't feel like getting up from this table. This is actually one I was telling Ryan, RJ. I said, man, this dude, you sold me this when I got in trouble. I got in serious trouble. Wifey was like, did you just order a watch? I was like, huh? What you talking about? I said, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I cut out. And I was like, oh, I gotta go to the gym. She said, no, come back here. Did you just order a watch? Then, oh yeah, They'll probably come around noon, bro. They should come around noon, man. I think they come back out around noon. Well, I know when they do that here. I wish I can get my watch now, cause, dude, that's dead. I hate it. I just need to, but I can't size it right now anyway. Unless I'm going to work. What time I gotta go to work today. I haven't been to work since I've been back. I feel a lot better. You know what's crazy? For those of you guys that's been on the cruise, are you still feeling the like the boat rock movement? You still got your sea legs? I was feeling it yesterday, man. I was like, why am I still feeling like I'm on this ship moving? That's the craziest thing ever. Let me see, what did I miss? I like this little feature. You can go back through and see if I missed a comment. Did not miss any comments. So we're good to hook. Yeah, so for those you guys, man, look, this is what the channels we're going to go to. I figured it out because I was having a hard time with this online. I didn't know how to get it to do what I needed to. But like now we public. Yeah, that's usually lasts about a week for me too. Man, Vic, it's like right now I feel like I'm on a cloud or something. Like I feel kind of rocky. But yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to continue to do this live. Sergeant First Class made a valid point doing a watch review. So I'm going to do a live watch review. We're going to do a live watch review. Now I'll do that next week as these watches. Because see, I want to review this one, but I can't do it yet until I'll get that watch, the Chaos. Once the Chaos comes in, I'll knock that out. And we'll do it. It was great to meet you. Thank you, Mommy on Deck. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you being a part of the family, and continue to grow with your boy. Let people know what we're doing over here. We're connected. It's a networking. It's just family. Because as you can see, we got Vic and Smitten and Darren and everybody. Sergeant First Class. I know he's out fixing an amazing breakfast for his daughter. While Vic's over there eating Pop-Tarts, waiting for his watch to come in. Just be a part of the crew. This is what it is, man. I love the people, love this format, and we will continue to do this. I actually like this, man. This is cool. I didn't think, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work. Is Vic, you remember when I did this? I did this last year, and it was just so hard getting it started, man. Like it just wouldn't work, man, for whatever reason. But I got it. Feel comfortable. I have no problem with being on camera anyway. It's just what it's gonna be for right now. So, guys, I'm actually I'm going to end the chat and wish blessings on everybody, man. And I do have more content coming out later on today. I'm actually getting my notebook ready for this meeting. I got to go in here and get dressed. And that's that. All right. So until the next time, family, man, nothing but peace, love, and admiration for all of you guys, man. You guys be blessed. I'll let you later.